Hi everyone, this is going to be a video that is needed more for me. I don't know if it's needed by you, but when we're feeling a little bit imbalanced and our body isn't performing at its best, sometimes it's nice to go back to the basics. And I have a little box here that I'm going to show you, and it has to do with what I put together that I could use when I was feeling imbalanced. And I'm also feeling a little bit of lack of strength in the body. So, being that it's Sunday, I'm tuning into the little bottles of herbs and oils that I made that relate to Leo. So, we've got the strength card here and the sun card there. And in that little bag is some oils. And I've been rubbing this on my shoulder today because when my shoulder's out, my ability in my thumbs and my hands just goes a little bit crazy. And you can see that there's 3 drops of ginger, 3 drops of lemon, 3 drops of frankincense, and a little bit of holly. Now, because it's Sunday and I'm tapping into the strength of Leo, there was also a little stone in there that I can hold later. It's a type of resin, and it's very light, but it's got a mysterious quality to it, and it is very hard. So on the surface, it doesn't appear to be as much as the quality that I feel when I hold it. So this is designed to give me some strength. And I was going to show you some of the things that I use to rebalance the chakras. And I brought out my chart there that I did on a piece of wood, just an old piece of wood, drew out the body and roughly where the placement was for each of the chakras. And down the left side of the board are key essential oils that I would use for balancing the chakras. And these are some of the mantras that could be said that I found in books and things like that. And I do have a pendulum because I know some people use a pendulum to rebalance chakras. It's hard to do on yourself unless you're holding it out from the body. But that is one way to see, once you find your yes or your no, if one of your chakras needs balancing. Now, as I said, mine I think is more structure right now, and I've got to get the strength back. So that's why I'm tapping into Leo. And I'll switch this way for a second so you can see the little bag that I keep for each day of the week. And I put some of those drops into the candle, and you can see the candle's labeled Sunday Leo. And so that gave you an idea of the chart. And even if I don't lay the stones on that portion of my body, I can lay this board flat and lay out a stone on each one of those chakras or one of those chakras, and throughout the day be saying one of those mantras or concentrating on balancing and re-strengthening my body. Now, this is a little box I was going to show you here. Found it again when I was rummaging around. And it is not ruins. These are my personal chakra stones that I painted for personal use on the body or holding or tucking in a pocket. So if I bring them close enough, I hope you can see. So it goes from the root chakra all the way up. So for the root chakra, and these are stones that I found at the beach and painted, I just put a little doorway there and the idea of almost a bulb in the soil, getting back to our roots and opening our connection to Mother Earth, and the color red to go with the root chakra. And then the next one was for the sacral area. So I brought in a little bit of red and orange as we work our way up the body. And you can see that this one brings in some of the sunburst They're just something light that I can transport if need be, take with me, or place on the body. Now, this was for the heart chakra, and I brought in greens and pinks and reds for love, self-healing, and little tiny flowers all the way around. This was for the throat chakra. So you can see the symbol to sort of open up the chakra there and get the vocal cords working well. This one, kind of fun for the third eye. A little bit of purples there. And the final one for the crown or above with the purples again. So these were beach stones, as I say. Painted them, put some varnish on top. And the little cushion that it sits on, I just filled it with some lavender, a little bag, stitched it together, and then it allows a little bit of an indentation for them to sit a little bit better in the box. So those are my chakra stones, and it fit nicely in this dollar store box, and I wasn't using the runes that were in there. They went somewhere else, so that's where they are now. Now I'm going to go back up here and show you that I've also put some different tools that could be used to balance the chakras. I know that some people can use bells, and bells have different tones, so you can relate that to different chakras. This one would probably be a lower chakra from me, a little bit higher. This one is quite loud. It might be something that you would use maybe at the end of balancing, or just a feeling of being able to clear the energies. This is a healing stone that I'm using, a beautiful little citrine point there. So I can direct that or hold it. This one really sends energy as well. I believe this is called a candle quartz with the point on the top, and it's rough, so it's not hard to hold. It stays in your hand. And you could direct that to any of the chakras. I like these selenite wands. This one in particular is a little bit heavy though, but when you're working with it, you really feel that, the weight is lending some energy as well. This one is nice that it has a point. So the selenite wand, again, a little thinner, a little bit lighter, easier to use. And this one we found at I guess a gem show, and we brought home the raw, and my husband worked a little bit at trying to make a wand for me, but it was getting time consuming. But I do like the roughness here again, that I can hold this and direct it to the body, but it does have some heft to it, some weight. The other thing I was going to mention was these little oils. Now, I did take a chakra balancing class many years ago, and she got us going on these tiny little bottles, and I'll zoom in there. And so there's one essence that you create for each of the chakras. So I can work my way through these. These were numbered in a different box at another time, but if you remember on the little chart that I showed you there, these are the oils that go with each of the chakras. So vetiver was one oil that I could use for the root chakra. This one's out of order. Let's just see. Anyway, this frankincense, that would have been used on the crown. That's number 7. So they're out of sequence a little bit. Rosemary, that was for the third eye. Tea tree, that was working down to the throat chakra. And the rose was definitely for the heart chakra. And you don't need many drops in here. I think I put maybe 1 or 2. And this juniper was for around the solar plexus area. And the sandalwood, that was for the sacral. And the neroli, that was the highest one, sort of above the crown, so I could really reach and open the connection to Reiki energy, divine aid. So those are nice to have. So what I can do is actually move this out of the way for a second and take this down here. And we'll zoom back out again. There we go. Now that I've got it attached to the back of the board there. So what I can do is actually place a stone in an area that I might want to be working on. And I could also place stones all around here, because if this is my shoulder that's really bothering me and up into my jaw, there could be smaller gemstones that I could put there. And, you can just work your way along using all of your stones and saying your mantras, using your oils, and bringing balance back into your body. And, sitting, lighting a candle. But these are just suggestions here. You can use any oil you want for whatever chakra that you're working on. And do some research and find, or, just through your meditation, find something that you can repeat over and over again. And even throughout the day, take a moment and pause and say, okay, I'm secure in my body. Or the structure of my body is returning to what is best for me. I rebalance my chakras. My mind is clear, like that self-talk that we can do. So I hope that helped anyone out there that is needing at this time some strength and some rebalancing. I'm going to be using this definitely today. It's a great day, as I said, to be working with the sun energy on a Sunday with a little bit of oil, and I did rub that onto my shoulder for some help. I can use this little resin here. And with the sun and working with Leo, I chose that today, not just because it was Sunday, but because I wanted to increase the vitality and strengthen the body and the chakras. And one of the gods that goes along with Sunday, I believe, is Zeus, and that is power, and that is energy. And one of the mantras that I'll be saying today is I have strength, and I am patient as my body rebalances again. And the body does this, and it does it very well. We get upset, yes, when the body is not performing properly, but if we're patient, if we're strong, and if we have some tools that can help us, we can rebalance. We can get back to our normal. So this is Lori from Craggy Brook Witchery, and I hope that you have some tools at hand that you can rebalance your body when you need to. Have a fun, great day.